Welcome everyone to the Mickey Goes Gold virtual party live on Facebook. We are here to celebrate Mickey's 90th and to also showcase this collection that commemorates this event created specially by Po Heng Jewelry. No better place to celebrate than to be in the home of Singapore's greatest Mickey fan, Dave.
Hello.
Hi
everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Are you kidding me? This place is incredible.
Thank you.
Obviously, you are a huge fan of
Yes,
all
I
things
am.
Disney and Mickey. So,
Yeah.
how did you even become a fan yourself?
Well, that's a very interesting question. When I was started off, it was actually the Mickey figurines. So when I started to collect the Mickey figurines, and I felt like I love it so much, but I didn't say anything much. But then when I watched the Mickey itself, and I felt like it's kind of fun, it's really funny. And then I think when I was a kid, I wasn't sure about the magic to it. It just feels like it's more like entertainment. But just recently, I went to the Disneyland in Hong Kong.
Yes.
It was 2004, and the minute I stepped in right into the MRT, and I felt like the magic is there, you know. So then I said to myself, one day I'm gonna have a house with feel of Disney magic. So here you go.
This is it. This is literally the dream house. I've gotten so many different types of inspirations just by looking at all your collectibles. Can I just ask for a request? Can you take us through your house? Show us your collection.
I would love to take you all the collections. Okay. Okay. As a start, when you step right outside the door, you will see this plant of the Mickey Mouse head. The reason why I have that because when I wanted to feel like as soon as I step in outside the door, and I felt like the magic starts. You know, as like the minute you see the Mickey Mouse, then people think like it's happiness, and the magic actually starts from there. Then, so as soon as you walk inside the house, and you will see a lot of like collections and figurines, then I wanted to make me feel that I'm like right in the middle of the magic.
Right, so it's to like spread the magic, share the love, so if your friends and family are
share the
in.
magic. So that's how I wanted when I was designing this house.
Lovely.
So, and then, so I'm putting all together, all these collections, so that I can feel more happier every time I go home and it feels more magic,
Right. So, you know, with everything originating from a Mickey, just give us a little insight as to, you know, how Mickey even started in the first place.
Okay, Mickey started debut in 1928. But that is the first time when he actually came out on the screen. They call Steamboat Willie. But before there's a long story. It was like he started off from Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. And then after that, he moved on to the Mickey Mouse and until the present day today. Yeah.
Wow. So what we see here today, which is essentially what we're wearing, it's like a signature of everything that has been super magical so far.
Yes.
You've been inspired by it, I've been inspired by it, and your house has been, you know, the main bulk of the inspiration. So talk us through, you know, the overview of this house, what we can expect here. If I were your friend, what's the first thing that, you know, you'd introduce me? And also the autographs. I know about those things as well. We had a bit.
That's pretty interesting. I will talk about it. So when I created the house, the whole concept of it was basically saying that I wanted to create a story. You know, Walt Disney is all about story. So the way I created this house is like full of Disney characters. Of course, Mickey is my favorite characters. I grew up watching Mickey, and I also have another characters here. So basically, each of these characters that Disney creates actually tells a story. So what I created somehow is not just a Disney house, but it's this Disney story fairy tale house.
Nice. So just now you mentioned about Steamboat Willie.
Yep.
And I noticed that you've got a poster of it as well. Could you talk us through a little bit about it and, you know, just give us a little more insight into that?
Okay, maybe before we go on that, you're probably asking about the Walt Disney signature, right?
Oh, yes, that too. I feel so many questions.
So that's pretty interesting. So when I found that this Walt Disney signature, actually I got it from the D23, which is the Disney archive. So basically they are the people who collecting all those archives from the Walt Disney's office. So when Walt Disney passed away in 1966, so all the stuff that he got in the office, there's this name called Dave Smith. So he's the guy who actually collecting all those archives and put it all together into one folder. And then he found this stack of small paper and it's signature by Walt Disney. And he tried to figure out what it is. So actually, this signature is actually when Walt Disney goes to the park. Then, you know, when people go to the park, Disneyland, and then Walt's like surrounded by a lot of adoring friends. So what he do actually giving out this, you know, signature. So instead of like signing over there, and then otherwise he will get into trouble. So he signed it off before he went to the park. So that is that is one of the collections there, right there. Yep.
Oh my goodness. How lovely is that? And Steamboat Willie, you know, how did that come about in the first place as well? Talk me through it.
Okay, Steamboat Willie, it was pretty interesting because Walt is the type of person who really determined himself and he wants to be a better person. He wants to create something that it's people never done it before. So he started off like on and off, and then he's kind of like do the Alice comedy, and when he did the Alice for the first time, he tried to combine animation and live action. But at the end of the day, the company wasn't running well, and he failed for that one. And then, but he kept determined and said, "I can do much better." So then after that, he created this Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, was debuted in 1927. It was a huge hit at that time. But Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is actually under Universal. It's one of the distributions under Universal. So then after that, the Charles Mintz, who happens to be the one that responsible for this, and say that we're going to take over from you, and we're going to take all the team as well. So at the end of the day, Walt don't have anything, and he feels so desperate. And after that, he went back to California after meeting up with Charles Mintz. Then he's thinking, if Oswald can, you know, do you think Oswald do better? I can do much better than that. So then he started off do sketches and do a lot of discussions with Up Iwerks. Up Iwerks is one of his co-worker last time when he was working in the same company in Kansas City. So they both actually worked together and to create Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie.
Wow.
And the history is just...
Would you look at that? So we're going back to the storyboard with that, and it's been an amazing journey with Mickey so far. So I'm really happy that we're working with Pohing Jewelry on this to bring out the stories a little bit better, and to bring out Mickey and Minnie as well.
Exactly.
I do notice we had a conversation before this that you have a popcorn dispenser.
Yes, I do.
What is that? Oh my gosh.
Well, the popcorn actually, I got it recently.
Okay.
It's from the Disney store. And the reason why I got that, because every time I eat popcorn and smell popcorn, there's two things that always came up to my mind: movies and Disneyland Park. So
tell me about it.
There's kind of fun to it, you know, like when you go to Disneyland Park, you're just feeling loose and you just feel like a kid again. And to celebrate with that, when, you know, with popcorn is one of the best things that is, you know, you can celebrate at the Disneyland Park and also at the movies.
Nice. So, you know, not just the popcorn dispenser, a lot of things have caught my eye within your house, within these four walls. What about this clock that I saw at the corner of your house?
Okay.
It's like a little clock.
The clock, is it the alarm clock?
Yeah.
The alarm clock?
Mickey like goes this way. He like does this.
Yeah, because one thing about Disney, I mean, Disney is really big in merchandise. You know, it started off back in 1930s, 33. So when there's this guy who always walks around near hotels where Walt stayed, and he said, "I give you $300 to put Mickey into the school tablet." You know, that's how amazing it is. Then Walt at that time was like, "Okay, I will do it." So Walt and Roy is his brother, so they worked together and then to create this merchandise. So since then, a lot of merchandise came from Mickey, and Mickey is one of the most popular icon at that time. So it came out from the clock, it came from the watch. Oh, the Mickey first watch was done by Ingersoll. It sold for $3.75. Can you at that time? At the time, it's about $71 now.
I want that $3.75 thing, which is a watch, of course.
Yes,
but you know, going back to the signature symbols that we have here with Mickey Mouse, I noticed in your bathroom as well that there is a thing that dispenses a shape in the form of Mickey Mouse. What is that?
Okay, I think you're probably not the only one who, whenever they come to my house, they were looking at the soap dispenser, they were like, "Oh my God, David, this is such a cute thing I've ever seen in my life." Then, well, like I said, Disney is always been the company who's always invented something new, something interesting, and of course, Disney wants like you have a magic in your house, right? So when I look at this soap dispenser, I thought it was like it's not just the only soap dispenser. It actually have something magic to it. Actually, when you press the thing, it became out a shape of a Mickey. I got it at the Disneyland Tokyo, and it's only available in Disneyland Tokyo, and it sold out so fast the minute it goes into the shelf. That's what happened. I mean, that's a little something from Disney that always brings magic to it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine dispensing soap and like smiling all the way through.
Yep.
Really, I never want to leave that bathroom after that.
Yeah, especially in the morning, like Monday morning, yeah, when you have to go to work. When you see that soap dispenser, you just like go like, oh my God, this is magic. You know, I'm gonna start my day with the magic of Disney. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Dave.
You're welcome.
Now, you are obviously here with us watching. Thank you so much for joining us in this Mickey Goes Gold virtual party. You'll realize why we've decided to use the hashtag Mickey Goes Gold in just a bit. Keep your eyes peeled because the fun is about to begin. If you notice, this is the part where it gets exciting. We've decided to work with Pohang Jewelry to show off the collection. Within these four walls, we've hidden pieces of jewelry within the collection. So if you're smart enough, you better start searching right now. And we've got 9 pieces for you in total, different intervals in sets of 3. So 9 in total. Bring it all back by screenshotting it together with us. And once you've collected all of them, you've marked these pieces on your images. You can send them our way at Pohang Jewelry's Facebook Messenger. Once again, that is Pohang Jewelry's Facebook Messenger. Without further ado, I will be, letting you know of these hidden Mickey symbols. So look out for these hidden Mickey symbols. They're very important because they'll let you know when these pieces of jewelry are nearby. And once you've scored that, yes, these little symbols, in fact, are very crucial because it will take you to your prize. Stand a chance to win a pair of earrings from It's Oh Mickey and Minnie, together with Pohang Jewelry, of course. So that's what you are about to win if you can get all these screenshots together. We'll flash these cards along the way as well, the ones that Dave are holding, and it's on the screens too. So we'll flash these along the way so that you know what you're looking out for. With Pohang Jewelry's Mickey's 90th collection, Mickey has indeed gone gold to the tune of 22K. We're also including 18K white gold and diamonds for you to check out as well. So Mickey fans out there, make sure to spread the love, share the magic. Dave and I will definitely be here to share that magic with you. So Dave, since we're on the topic of these pieces of jewelry from Pohang, they're beautiful, of course. You and I have checked them out.
They're really cute. They're really cute. I love
them. They are very, very cute, aren't they?
Yes, yes.
So anybody that you've, thought of off the top of your head that you could buy these pieces of jewelry for?
Off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head.
There's so many people that I wanted to give it to. Probably the special person that I'm probably going to give it to is probably my parents. My parents having this gold anniversary. Can you imagine? It was going to be like the next two years, I think, from now. So when I was looking at the Pohang jewelry, and I felt like, why don't I just give him the Mickey and Minnie ring, which is like, as you know, that Mickey and Minnie is inseparable. They've been together for a very, very long time. And as you know, at that time when Walt created Mickey Mouse, Minnie was actually there too. So it's a great gift to give to your parents. I mean, to my parents as well. I mean, to celebrate their love for all these years, and to celebrate like how Mickey and Minnie together, inseparable.
That's so I think, sweet, Dave.
Yeah, and I love the design. It was so cute. I mean, I think my mom should like it.
It is definitely cute. I'm sure your parents will love that.
Yes.
It's so sweet of you. Now, we're here today not only to play this hide-and-seek game with you, where you have to find these hidden pieces of jewelry. We're also going to be testing your Mickey knowledge and also Dave's Mickey knowledge. So here is the dynamic of the game. The mechanics work as such. You've got 30 seconds for each multiple choice question. I've got a list of these questions to go through. So remember, 30 seconds is all it takes for you to answer one of each of these questions. So head on over to our Facebook page and you will be able to find a post that you can comment on. Every time we've come up with choices for you, list your choices by commenting, and you could win yourself a Mickey pendant for all you know. So all the best to you. Have some fun with it. I'm going to have some fun with Dave as well. Are you
try my best.
Are you up for the challenge?
Well, I tell you, this seat is getting hotter than I thought.
Oh no!
All right, I didn't know that you're going to be asking questions. Okay, all right, I'll try my best to
here's
answer.
the thing. If you are a Mickey fan, you best be prepared for a bunch of questions.
I'll try my best to answer all the questions.
Okay, so I've got here with me the first set, and we are looking at... Gotta get myself ready.
All right, okay.
What inspired Walt Disney to create Mickey Mouse? Is it A, his pet mouse, B, his school headmaster, C, his aunt, or D, his best friend?
Okay, that's pretty interesting questions. All right, let's go back to the early 30s.
To the drawing board.
To the drawing boards. So at the time when Walt created his own company called Lifogram, it is in Kansas City. So him and Up Iwerks, as I mentioned before, Up Iwerks is actually one of his co-workers with Walt Disney. At the time, they are working for the advertisement company. So after that, they opened a new company by themselves. They call Lifogram. So Lifogram is the company that is not running very long. It's probably about, as far as I know, it's about more than 1 year, less than 1 year.
Okay.
So during that time, they create this Alice in Wonderland. At that time, can you imagine Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
So at the time, Walt is the type of person who always like, we try something new. We try something that it's like people never done before. So this Alice cartoon is actually the first cartoon who did it with live action and animation all together. Yeah, and the little girl called Virginia Davis. Yes, so that's little girl. Then after that, of course, the company is not running well because of the distributor don't want to get this. And then at the end of the day, he suffered the first failure. Then after that, he went to do some research on how to get this Oswald thing, you know, and then he found the Oswald, and Oswald had become the big hit. Then after that, like I said before, Charles Means is one of the guys at Universal and take over Oswald from Walt, and then Walt feels devastated, and then he went back to California, and then he tried to think what characters that he want to make, right? So according to him, from what I read on the articles, that Mickey Mouse is actually inspired by a pet, a mouse pet that he got when he works for Kansas City at Lifogram.
Wow.
Yes. So the answer to that question is probably the A, which is his pet mouse.
Dave has scored himself a point. A pet mouse, or his pet mouse, is absolutely correct. That was the main inspiration for Mickey Mouse. Second question, let's see if you can ace that, and you as well. What did Disney originally want to name Mickey? Is it A, Marshmallow, B, Mortimer, C, Mr. Big Pants, or D, Rat-a-tat?
All right, back into the story. You know, when he was on the train on the way back to California, him, Up Iwerks, and Lillian is his wife. So then, you know, Walt said that we should come up with a new characters. What do we call? And then we call it, how about we do the mouse? I'll say, when we came up with the mouse, then Walt said that, what do we call it? Mortimer. And then Lillian said, that's a terrible idea. It doesn't sound, it's very happen, and it doesn't sound like very fun, that kind of thing. So at the end of the day, Lillian said, why don't we try Mickey? You know, so that means to answer that questions, the name, the first that word came out is Mortimer.
Mortimer is the correct answer. So Mortimer is the correct answer, but thankfully, Mortimer's name has now been changed to Mickey. A more iconic name, thank goodness, for his wife. So if you're ever thinking of Mickey Mouse, always think of his secondary name, which is Mortimer. So interesting fact that you can share with your friends here today. Moving on to the third question. If you've just joined us, we're into the first set of our quiz. It's where I tease you, or rather test you on your Mickey knowledge, together with our greatest Mickey fan in Singapore, Dave. So the third question is, what has Mickey been most voted for? Is it A, Chair Mouse of the EU, B, President of the United States of America, C, King of Spain, or D, President of the Worldwide Mouse Association?
Okay, as you all know, Mickey Mouse is very famous around the world. Who doesn't know Mickey Mouse? Even my nephew and my nieces, when they see the Mickey Mouse set, they will just say, "That's Mickey Mouse." You know what I mean? So I think to me, it's like he's well known around the world, but Mickey originally stayed in America. I mean, that's what they call in one of the Life magazines is right there. It says that Mickey Mouse is an icon for America. So the answer to that is probably the President of the United States. I'm not sure. Is this correct?
Okay, it's a very detailed explanation, but it is definitely insightful and also correct. If your answer is B, it is President of the United States of America. That's what Mickey has been most voted for.
Exactly.
So good job on the third question.
Thank you.
The fourth question of this quiz. Which of these US presidents did not get his picture taken with the lovable Mickey? Is it A, Barack Obama, B, Bill Clinton, C, Lyndon B. Johnson, or D, Richard Nixon? This is a bit tricky.
Yes, it takes some time for me to think about who's the answer for that.
Don't be fooled.
Okay. As far as I know, that I've never seen it yet. Probably the answer to that was it Barack Obama. I'm not too sure. I try to, because I've seen a lot of picture taken with, Mickey Mouse, but I wasn't so sure about what's the answer. So I'm just trying to guess. Is it Barack Obama?
Barack Obama is close, but it's not quite correct. If you've answered Barack Obama, it is actually Lyndon B. Johnson. So Lyndon B. Johnson. Right, a lot of us actually don't know about this trivia. He is the president, the US president at the moment that did not get his picture taken with the lovable Mickey, which we will have to question and ask why.
Yeah.
Since he's so lovable, right? Why not? But yes, the answer is Lyndon B. Johnson. If you are here with us, thank you so much for sticking around and joining us in this quiz. A quick recap, if you just joined, you want to have some fun in this game, you can feel free to comment your answers in the comment section below, of course. And each question has a limitation of 30 seconds, so make sure to join us and answer, or rather give us your answers within those 30 seconds. And you might just go home with a Mickey pendant. So joined with me is Dave, of course, and it's been wonderful so far. We're gonna move on to the fifth question of today, and that is, Mickey Mouse was the first ever cartoon character to blank on TV. So fill in the blanks for me.
Okay.
Is it A, speak, B, eat a cake, C, ride a camel, or D, dance?
Okay, it's quite funny. Okay, well, as you all know, Walt is the type of person who wants to do something different. At the time when Steamboat Willie debuted in 1928, that is the first cartoon who came out with a synchronized sound. So at that time, cartoon was all about like Charlie Chaplin, where like pretty much like the music and then the animation goes along with it, and then it doesn't have the synchronized sound together. So synchronized sound at that time was really hard for people to get it. So yeah, it comes along. Then after that, Walt said that, why don't we try to make Mickey do something else instead of just dancing or do something else? Or maybe it's like speak. So the answer to that is probably speak.
Speak, you want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Very
I'm pretty
confident.
sure.
I'm trying to tilt him.
Sure.
But if your answer is speak, same as Dave, that is correct.
Yay.
I went for the literal translation of eat a cake on TV. I had no idea why. Please don't ask me that. Don't judge me too. But if speak is your answer, bravo to you. Mickey Mouse was the first ever cartoon character to speak on TV. Yeah. Sixth question here for the first quiz. We've got 2 more quizzes to go, by the way. No, not a chance.
Okay.
I'm going to keep you here for another 2 more quizzes. But let's wrap things up with the last question for this quiz, and that is, what were Mickey's first words?
Oh,
Is it A, marry me, B, hot dogs, C, booyah, or D, howdy fellas?
Okay, some people might don't know about like, did Mickey actually speaking and when did it actually start? So I think, I'm not, as what I know, I think it's 1929. I think when the Carnival Kid, one of the short cartoons that Walt actually did it, they call Carnival Kid. So there was a scene of like Mickey Mouse saying something in that scene, and it says, hot dogs. But he didn't say it like how Mickey Mouse said, like hot dogs. It's more like hot dogs, hot dogs. So it's kind of like not how Mickey actually saying it nowadays, but it's kind of like that's the first word that Mickey Mouse said, the hot dog. And trivia says that Walt Disney actually the voice of Mickey Mouse.
Oh, no wonder it's like a tone lower. It would make sense.
Yeah, Walt is pretty shy on camera. So normally when he says something about Mickey, like you want to voice over about Mickey, normally like when people want to take a shot of it, they have to stand far away to the back to actually take a shot of like how Walt's saying it, you know.
Oh my goodness. For a second I thought you were looking at my place cards.
No.
Because it's a pretty tough question if you don't know or if you've not gone all the way back to 1928. But yes, hot dogs is, you know, Mickey's first words.
Yes, you all can check out the clips actually. It's pretty much everywhere. You can see it on YouTube. You can actually say there's the Carnival Kid and it say hot dogs.
It's funny how he wasn't holding a hot dog. But yes, those were his first words. Yes. Thank you so much, Dave. That was wonderful and fun. We're going to come back in just a bit for the second part of this quiz, but want to take you through a quick recap. If you've just joined us or if you stayed here for, you know, a bit or from the very beginning, thank you so much for staying with us. You are here at Mickey Goes Gold virtual party. We've got a hide and seek game that's still going on where you can stand a chance to win a pair of earrings for Oh, It's Mickey and Minnie. And if you want to do so, you want to go home with these babies, make sure to look out for the hidden pieces of jewelry, you know, within these 4 frames. Take a screenshot of those, 9 in total by the way, mark them out and send it over to Pohang Jewelry's Facebook Messenger. This is all part of the grand plan to showcase Pohang Jewelry's jewelry collection together with a Mickey Mouse, so make sure to stick around and wait for us. We are going to prep a little bit and get back to you on the second quiz.